The Logitech pedals can easily be inverted by making a DIY stand. To begin with, we will need 4 lengths of steel tube. 2 are cut at 450mm for the base, and 2 are cut at 310mm for the back uprights. We will use MDF board cut into 2 sizes, one for the base at 400 by 350mm and one for the back at 350 by 300mm. By laying out the metal tubes and testing the pedal angles, we can make a cardboard or paper template to be used as a cutting guide for the corner braces. Once the paper template is cut out, it is attached to the MDF board with an adhesive contact spray. This can now be used to cut and make the corner braces. The next part is to place the metal tubes on the edges of the boards to mark and find the centre lines for drilling. We will drill 5mm holes along the edges of the boards and also into the corner braces. Place the baseboard onto the longer rails, and if using end caps, allow a few millimetres for these to sit flush with the edge. Clamp the pieces together and drill into and through the metal tubes with a 5mm drill bit. Then countersink the holes in the MDF board for the bolts to sit flush. Using the same process, complete the steps for the back board using the shorter rails. On the bottom of the longer rails, we also drilled larger holes to fit a socket in for tightening the bolts. Assemble the bottom board onto the drilled metal tubes with the M5 by 20mm bolts and tighten. Next, assemble the top section with the longer M5 bolts and tighten. Now we have the base and back sections assembled to the metal tubes. On the back section where the pedals will be mounted, mark and drill 6mm holes for the bolts. The mounting points are spaced at 186mm for each pedal. Drill 8mm holes on the left side of each pedal mounting point for the wiring. Place the assembled back section onto the base, align using the corner braces and drill the holes into the metal tubes. The paper template can now be removed from the corner braces. Next, assemble the side braces to the steel tubes using M8 by 50mm bolts and tighten. To finish the stand, we can cut a piece of carpet tile to size to fit the base. Then cut a smaller piece to fit the top section. The next step is to paint the stand, install the carpet and place the end caps into the metal tubes. To prepare the pedals, remove the pedal plate bolts with a 2.5mm Allen key. On the back of the pedals, we will need to remove the 14 silver screws and the 12 black ones. The easiest way to work on the pedals is to place them upside down on a small empty box. Remove all the screws, noting there are 2 hidden underneath the carpet gripper. With all the screws removed from the underside, carefully lift and open the back cover. There are 2 more screws inside that need to be removed that hold the cable in place. Next, carefully unclip the wiring and lift out the pedals. With the pedals removed, reinstall the pedal plates inverted to each pedal. Before disconnecting the wiring on the pedals, take note of the colour that is connected to each terminal on the potentiometers for the clutch, brake and accelerator. On the pedal, remove the small screw holding the ground wire and unplug each terminal on the potentiometer. Next, we can begin on installing the accelerator pedal to the stand by attaching it with 2 M6 bolts. Then from the back, feed the correct coloured wiring for the accelerator pedal through the hole and reconnect the wires to the potentiometer. Continue the installation of the brake and clutch pedals and reconnect the correct coloured wiring for each of the pedals to complete. To keep the wires tidy and secure, we can use or make some cable holders. These small clips are made on the 3D printer. 2 of the cable holders fit around the wires and are attached using the bottom pedal bolts. The last one fits around the main wire, then bolted securely to the metal rail. The inverted pedals are now complete and can be used at a desk or installed onto a sim rig.